Hello, my name is Amber Watkins, and I'm going to be presenting Wasted Time by Keith Urban as my Songshare presentation today. As you can see, Wasted Time was released on April 4th, 2016 as the third single from Urban's ninth studio album Ripcord, and as of August 2016, shortly after its release, it had sold 269,000 copies in the US alone. A couple of days, 3 humans, 1 story, 1 banjo. That's kind of the who, what, where, and when of this song. It often takes a team to create a hit, and the artist is rarely the one stop for a musical offering for the masses. In the writing of Wasted Time, 3 writers came together, 2 hired for a commercial purpose, and 1 Urban himself. And then Urban took his story, which is the basis for the song, the meat of the vision he had for the music, and finally added 1 banjo, which is the fine thread that crossed musical boundaries, yet still held the song in its intended lane of country music. One might think of the studio as the kitchen where songs are cooked and ready to feed the masses, but many times it's the first place of refuge where the songwriters also write the recipe for the song before a note is even played. Urban brought 2 writers on board to collaborate with and take his concept for Wasted Time to a new level. So sometimes it takes a team, as I said earlier. Greg Wells, you can see him in the left there sitting beside Urban. He is a multiple Grammy-nominated record producer, songwriter, musician, and mix engineer in Los Angeles. A lot of the other musicians in that area call him a Swiss Army knife of tools for pop hits. His songs have appeared on more than 85 million albums. His credits are Katy Perry, Keith Urban, 21 Pilots, Adele, Pharrell Williams, just to name a few. Wells produced Wasted Time as well as co-writing it. Then there's James J. Aberhart. He's down there on the bottom right between Urban and Wells. He's a British multi-platinum selling Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, record producer, and arranger based in Los Angeles as well. He has worked with a number of popular artists, including Usher, Justin Bieber, Jason Derulo, Rita Ora, Chris Brown, Fifth Harmony, Idina Menzel. I could go on. And his output has amassed over 8 million in sales. And he joined Urban on this project to produce a youthful current song. So these songwriters really know the bells and whistles to add the hit elements to a song. And they're very knowledgeable about what's currently on the market and selling right now. The Urban vision. Keith Urban had a distinct vision for this song going in. He had written the lyrics and he had a plan, but he wanted it to be something more. In an interview that I watched, he turned around to the people in the room and he was like, you know what? I'm just a glorified boombox up here to the people on the lawn. And who buys the tickets? Most of the people, the bread and butter for a concert venue are the people on the lawn. They don't buy the most expensive tickets. They don't buy the VIP passes. So he said he wanted a song from the singles of Ripcord that would connect with the audience in a way that it felt like they were just hanging out with him on the lawn and not so separate from him being up on stage. Over to the left there, you see a picture of the Watermelon Loco. It was funny with that too. He turned around to Greg Wells and he was like, as an American, what did you drink when you were a teenager, and trying to buy alcohol that was cheap, And Greg Wells was like, duh. He says, Watermelon Loco. He says it was sweet and delicious. And Keith Urban said, bingo, we have to put that in the song. He just loved the sound of it. And down there in the bottom left, you see the photographs. He said everybody can relate to reminiscing and looking back through old photographs and being taken back to a point in time. And we'll discuss that more with the lyrics in the next slide. The recipe, if you will, for Wasted Time that Urban, Wells, and Aberhart chose follows an ABC form, making this song fundamentally a verse-refrain or verse-chorus form, which is the holy trinity of verse, chorus, and middle 8. Though the break, or middle eight, is very loosely based on the chordal structure of the B section, which is most common in this structure, it could be interpreted as an E section rather than a B variant, with a banjo solo bridge D section that leads into it. And I'm sure you'll make up your own mind when you listen to the song at the end of this presentation. Now, on another note, the bass line is reminiscent of several other pop hits, such as Katy Perry's Teenage Dream, Taylor Swift's Style, and it treats the bass line where the predominant function is held in strong beats, and Wasted Time has this wistful quality and reflective nature that goes along with the lyrics, and this predominant function being held out longer really complements that longing and wistful feeling. Despite the full band arrangement, the presentation of the song has Urban singing the melody in his characteristic singer-songwriter style, where he accompanies himself on the guitar. So even though there is backup vocals, harmony, and banjo picking, it still has that intimate feel, like he's singing with you or just to you. To add joy and a fun feel to the break, there's actually an effects track added in with the sound of friends laughing and carrying on that really brings the lyrics about. The lyrics, for example, say summer dresses drying on the hood of the car, assumably after the wearers were swinging on a rope swing that now hangs silently by the river. Paints a really good picture, and the way that the lyrics complement the harmonic structure is very appropriate. It also sounds like 7 kids on a 2-lane road, as the song describes sharing the best days of their lives. So finally, there's a dramatic addition of strong acoustic piano chords that reinforce the bass line in the third chorus, and then a final coda type in with a dwindling banjo rhythm and hoots and hollers in the track that has the sound effects. It really gives you the sense of being a part of the fun and the good times of their wasted time. This story. I would dare say all of us have been accused of wasting time at some point in our lives, whether in relationships, jobs, or simply by partaking in pleasure when someone feels we should be at our business instead. The lyrics to this song play to that common humanity. The story. It's nightfall on a rainy day, which already paints a relatable scene. The storyteller, presumably Urban, since it's sang in the first person, is reminiscing while rummaging through old photographs. Been there, done that, right? A song is playing in the background that vividly takes him right back to a place in time with the confidence of youth, carefree, had it made, as he says, listening to the top hits, which he calls the guns, on the radio, as he puts it, for greater power in the lyrics. Every Friday night, 7 friends, listening to music and looking at the photos makes him feel all so good again. Then the bridge states he just can't let it go. Now, the bridge has a really cool hook in it. He comes to the end of it and he says, like a do, which is kind of funny because he wanted this song to be relatable and singable for the people on the lawn at the concerts. And every time it comes to that in the break, even if it's the first time you've ever heard this song, it comes to like I do, and you say like I do, and you can't keep from doing it. So you're hooked from the very first time you hear it. Now, going on with the story, the 7 friends hanging out was not wasted time, evidently. It's just wasted away, as it seems the rope across the river still hanging there silently tells the tale. Now, even though the long gone time left color faded from a picture frame, and he says the greed and fame have stolen those carefree days of youth, when he goes back in time in his mind, looking through these photographs, he's just taken right back to that place. So the chorus gives us another hook, and it has to do with the actual title of the song. He says, all that wasted time. And again, from the first time you hear him do that, you're hooked, and you sing it with him every time. So that part of the story so far wraps up the verse, the bridge, first chorus and second verse. And then the bridge again is about how he just can't let it go. And then during the 8-bar break, he takes an opportunity to put a little variation on what's usually just a variation of the B section, or break from the beginning. This bridge break, rather, has the hoots and hollers of the friends, and he's, playing the banjo and such, and he's talking about how they were living every second till the time ran out. And this is where that added effect of the friends' laughter and interaction really makes the feeling realistic. And then there's a return to the chorus about how those summer nights were the best, and then it goes on to the very end of the song. In conclusion, the result is a song that was a wildly popular song from the very first time it hit the radio, and it has just enough banjo to keep it in the country lane. It's a genre-bending song that is a potential listener for people who love pop hits. And as of July 2017, Wasted Time is still the third hit single of the 5 released from the album Ripcord. Hope you enjoyed taking a deeper look into Keith Urban's Wasted Time and how a pop hit is put together and made. At the top of the slide, you'll see that there's a YouTube link that you can go to and listen to the song in its entirety. Enjoy.
Every Friday night